Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Eddie Hearn made some comments about Deontay Wilder, and he stopped short of saying that Wilder should retire, although he strongly implied it. Eddie said, well, he actually compared the scenes following Wilder's defeat to Zhilei Zhang to that he compared Deontay's state, the physical state, mental state, to Anthony Joshua's following the second Usyk loss. He said that they were very similar. You know, both looked completely deflated, completely exhausted, just, you know, as if they'd sort of reached the end of their tether, I suppose. Yeah, and Hearn says the reaction that I saw from Wilder after the Zhang fight was similar to when AJ lost to Usyk in the second fight. It looked to me like a guy who'd given everything in camp and just completely set his mind and focus on victory, and it was frustration. Obviously, AJ performed well against Usyk, but Deontay didn't look himself. And Joshua lost, you know, a decision, performing better in the rematch than he had in the first fight. So at least there was some sort of shoots of recovery for Joshua. But for Wilder, he got flattened. You know, let's be honest. He just got Zhang smashed right through him. And for the second time in succession, Wilder just couldn't pull the trigger on that right hand. It was quite sad to see, really, because Deontay Wilder, I mean, you can analyse his record, which doesn't contain many killers, or at least the ones that the elite fighters that he's faced, he's lost to. You know, Parker, Zhang, and obviously Fury. But Hearn says if you're getting pushed back by Zhang and you've got the right hand cocked, you've got to let it go. And he couldn't let it go. When he did, it looked like it had didn't have the zip that it used to. Fair comment, isn't it? I don't think anyone has the right to say he should retire. This is Hearn carrying on saying this. But at that level, you should expect he wants to box at, meaning elite world level. I don't think he can perform there anymore. If he said, I'm done, I think that would be the right call. So he's kind of saying, well, it's not up to me, but Deontay, you know, might be a good idea to call it a day. But however, Hearn does say at a lower level, he could go on for another 2 or 3 years, but I don't think that's his motivation. Well, you've got to ask whether Wilder has any motivation at any level now. He's made millions. He hasn't looked very motivated for either the Parker or the Zhang fights. And he certainly hasn't looked confident. He didn't look confident at all with Zhang. And Hearn goes on to say, I know how much he wanted to win. When I saw his trainer, Malik Scott, the next morning, he was saying, we had a good camp and we were expecting it to happen for us. But sometimes that's the way it goes. When your time's up, it's up. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So Hearn, it'd be interesting if Deontay went to Hearn and said, look, I'd like to carry on, even if I have to drop down a level. It'd be interesting to see if Hearn would still bother with Wilder, because he's still a name. He can still get work. No doubt about it. It won't be for the multi-millions. But, and of course, his age, you know, he's 38. That's not young. Let's say that for the rest of this year, what are we in now? June. So let's say he had at least one more fight this year and won it by knockout against a B- guy or whatever. It wouldn't convince anyone. But let's say he has another fight. He has 2 fights, 2 knockout wins, one later this year, one early next year. Who could he fight again? I mean, let's say he fought an Andy Ruiz. Ruiz, of course, is fighting someone else. Jared Anderson is supposedly fighting Bacoli. There aren't many names out there. The only one I can think of, and I think the guy would beat him flat, is Ajit Kabayel. But again, Wilder will have to take the short end of the purse. I'm high on Kabayel. I think he's really, really good. If you want to try and gate crash the top tier again, he'll have to beat someone like a Kabayel, someone who is undefeated and flying. Dubois, you know, well, Dubois after AJ, isn't he? There's talk of AJ and Dubois getting on September 21st. Yeah, I kind of think it's over for Deontay. I did do a video a few days ago about him dropping down to Bridgerweight and winning a title there, and sort of trying to rebuild against smaller heavyweights. Because again, this guy he came in at 215, 216 pounds. That's that's like what is that? £8, 7, £8 inside the Bridgerweight limit. And everyone says Bridgerweight's nothing, it's rubbish, And yeah, I get it. I know it's a fledgling weight division, but let's say if he dropped down and he beat a Bacoli or someone like not Bacoli and Lawrence Bacoli or someone like that. I don't know. I'm clutching at straws definitely, but I think it probably is time for Wilder to retire. Whether he will or not, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. So, what do you think about Hearn's comments? What do you think about Wilder? Do you think you should call it a day? I know a lot of you do, because when I've mentioned him in previous videos and made previous videos about him, you're saying, well, it's over for Wilder. And I think you're probably right. I think it probably is. But let me know what you think. If you've got any further thoughts, and yeah, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be great. And also hit the like button as well. Cost you nothing. Takes a second. I always appreciate your time and your support. And I will read your comments below. Thank you very much, and bye for now.